Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy Dante86 back for another video. First off, I want to say welcome to the channel. If you are here from Neo GameSpark's video, we just recorded a video about a wrap-up of Nintendo's E3, and this is the video that I said that I was going to be making afterwards. If you watched that video, and if you just know me and follow my tweets or stuff like that, you would know that when it comes to Nintendo, I don't really like the direction they've been going. I used to be a very avid Nintendo fan, while I still do enjoy Mario games and Zelda games and Donkey Kong and all. I love their IPs, I love their games, but just the direction that they've been going here recently, it just really annoys me, and it shows no promise, and I'm just frustrated. So, enough of that. Okay, I'm not gonna go through a full recap of E3, but what I will say about E3, the past 2 years they've done what is called a digital event, which is not in all the other companies. They do a big press conference at E3 where they're on the stage. It's a big hype fest. They're showing off the big guns. They're showing off gameplay of their games, talking about them, showing what it is for their system that you need to be playing. So a lot of people refer to E3 as the Super Bowl of gaming. So I mean, it's the biggest event for gamers to see what they're going to be playing for the rest of the year and the years to follow. In the past 2 years, Nintendo's taken a different approach, and they've done pre-recorded videos. They're actually there to show off their games on the show floor, but they don't actually present anything at the conference live. They do a video, and these directs, these digital events as they call them, have been very lackluster. And if you watch the video that me and Neo GameSpark did, me and Chris, you'll see exactly how we felt about that. It's rather long, but I mean, check it out if you really want to see what we think. But from that event, they announced a bunch of games that you come to expect from Nintendo, and the only thing that is big would be Star Fox Zero, which is a reimagining of Star Fox 64 and Star Fox 2 kind of all put into one, and it should be a good game. I mean, it's gonna be great, but the thing that gets me about Nintendo is we are in 2015, and on a console that they promised before it came out would have a robust online system, none of their games really have online. I remember when I got the Wii U and when they were talking about it, I was hyped for it. I was excited. Like, yes, they're getting rid of the stupid friend codes. I can send somebody a friend request just by having their screen name. That'd be cool. They have video chat, they have this, they have that, and I was excited for it. But we still don't have on-screen notifications. The video chat is very lackluster and completely pulls you out of any game that you're doing. The multitasking on the system is horrible. There's no chatting interface for the game at all. But anyways, the online system is just why? They have so much potential for this console, and they crap on it every single opportunity that they have. And here recently, my friends have been sharing articles and things like Reggie Fils-Aimé said that the reason that they didn't show Zelda at their E3 digital event, they pulled it at the last second because they didn't want to disappoint the gamers because it wasn't going to be out this year like it was supposed to be. How are you going to disappoint us? The announcement that it was delayed is disappointing and reassuring at the same time. That means that you're putting more time into it to make it a better game. But what's disappointing is you can't show us any progress. You chose not to show it, not to disappoint us, but you disappointed us instead by not showing us the progress that you are making. And if I quote, I believe that Reggie said they had a wonderful trailer for us, but they just decided not to show it because they didn't want to disappoint us. Why? That shows one part, that they are not They do not understand the market. They do not understand how to get people excited about their console. Wow, that is what E3 is all about. It's all about getting people excited, getting more people to buy your stuff, getting the investors to have more confidence in your product as well. But they are not doing that at all. Oh my gosh. Another article that somebody linked me was talking about how Nintendo, they don't, unlike their competitors, they don't like to talk about games that are coming out 2 and 3 years in the future. If you keep up with E3, let's see. They announced Gears of War 4. That's not coming out this year. People are still excited about it. It exists, and they showed that it's been working in progress and it looks good. That makes gamers happy. Uncharted 4. This is in the same situation as Zelda, mind you. Uncharted 4 was supposed to be out at the end of this year, but they have delayed it. Same as Zelda Wii U, but they showed gameplay about it and people are excited for it. Final Fantasy VII Remake. Who knows when that's going to be out? Nobody's disappointed though, because it exists. Kingdom Hearts 3. Who knows when that's going to be out? I don't know. They've shown progress because they've shown gameplay for it before, and now they showed more, and it's more robust, and it looks like a more polished game. Fans are excited for it, not disappointed that we can't play it this month, next month. It's all about making people have confidence in what you are doing. And Nintendo is not doing that. They do not know how to make people confident in what they're doing. And I am somebody who used to adore Nintendo. I loved them. If I were to show you my gaming collection, which I'm pretty sure I have an old video of that, my collection of Wii games is humongous compared to everything else that I have. I have the most Wii games, then Xbox 360, and then PlayStation 3. That's the order of the most to the least games that I have. And I like their system. I want to enjoy it, but they just don't understand what's going on. Another thing, how they're saying that they leave if the game is going to have voice chat in it up to the developers. And the game like Splatoon, the developers decided that they didn't want to have any kind of voice chat in it because they didn't need it, and the game was so beautiful and visually appealing that they didn't need to. And they have little things, little pre-set things that you could say on there, like come this way or help me and crap like that. How can you do a strategic shooter where you have to claim territory? You play it online and you can't communicate. How is this 2015 and they don't understand that that's what gamers need? If you don't want to talk to people online, there is a mute button. But for those who actually want to communicate and be successful in what they're doing when they're playing a game about strategy, a team strategy, give people the option to have voice chat. Oh, you can look at the gamepad. Okay, so if I want to look at the gamepad to see what's going on, oh, I'm down here and there's a map, but oh, guess what? I can't see what's happening up there, so I'm getting shot. I didn't support that game, by the way. I'm just speaking on stuff that I've read about, but why? Why do they do this? It's a standard now. The standards of consoles, Nintendo does not do. Everybody does what Nintendo don't. And Nintendo is just like, I'm gonna stay in my ways and do what I want to do. They are the grandparents of freaking gaming. The granddads of gaming, Nintendo, hashtag granddads of gaming. That's them. They're stuck in their ways and they don't want to do any of this newfangled stuff. We don't need voice chat. We don't need on-screen messages. We just want our games. And while their games are good, it's not enough. Their hardware is lacking in the power department again, which makes it harder for and more expensive for developers to make a separate freaking game for their console. Why would you make a game for the PlayStation 4 and Xbox One with the highest specs and then downgrade it to here and do things that you can't do on the Wii U? Does the Wii U have bad graphics? No, I'm not saying that. The Wii U is powerful. It's a great system and it does have good power compared to last generation. Compared to this generation, well, while it's above the 360 and the PlayStation 3, it's below the Xbox One and the PlayStation 4. So they're just in a really bad place. And I don't see them coming out of this. People always make the excuse and say that Nintendo is going to be fine because they have money in the bank and they can make mistakes. They're just trying to figure out how it works. How long is it going to take for them to figure out how it works? How long? I don't understand it. They released 3DS. It was an abysmal release, but 3DS is doing fine now. They said that they learned from that and they would not do it again. They said their problem was that they relied on the third parties too much and they had not enough first party to support their console. Okay, lesson learned. So is it different when you release a handheld to a console? No. You still need to use the same strategies. If you see that it didn't work when you released the 3DS without anything supporting it and showing other developers and the consumer to have confidence in your product yourself, why are the third parties going to do it? It's not their job to bring confidence to your console. It's your job. Same thing with the Wii U. It comes out, they release New Super Mario Bros. U and Nintendo Land. And then Zombie U came out, which actually was the only game on the console at the time that used the gamepad in a very good way. Yes, Nintendo Land used it in a pretty cute way, but those are mini games. Zombie U was a full-fledged game that used it in a good way. People didn't support it. And once again, Nintendo did not show a true reason, and they still have not to this day, to have this gamepad. Why do we have a gamepad? What are the innovative things that you want to do with it? You, as Nintendo, have not shown anyone why we should have confidence in that gamepad. You could have your map right here. And on Mario Kart, the map started off on the bottom screen. Completely useless. Why am I gonna look down at the gamepad to see my map when I need to drive and see what's going on the road? That makes no sense. So, Nintendo is slowly digging themselves into a grave. Just every single time they make an announcement, they disappoint, they disappoint, they disappoint. Going into E3, I did not have an expectation. Most people say set your expectations low. I didn't have one. That's how low my expectation was. And they still disappointed me. And I did not expect anything from them. And they still disappointed me. That's saying something. But when they pace their conference to where they're going to spend a lot of time talking about Skylanders, Yarn Yoshi, which they've talked about before, and not even talking about gameplay, mind you, they were talking about creating yarn dolls for the amiibos. Star Fox, they talked about the origin of arches and stuff like that, not gameplay, a whole bunch. And Mario Maker, they spent a lot of time talking about how they used to create levels, which these are all cool things. They're all nice things to see and hear about, but don't put that in your conference. Put that as something on the side. And actually talk about things like Devil's Third, which I completely forgot about until Chris said something about it when we made our video a while ago. Or, what's the other game? Fatal Frame. Why didn't they announce that? Because it's mature and it's not family oriented. The Wii U is supposed to bring back the core gamer, but they threw that away. Threw that completely away because who wants the Wii U who wants to play anything that's actually relevant now? I don't know. People are gonna hate me, but I'm just being real, and Nintendo has let me down completely. And I hate that I enjoy Mario and Zelda, because most likely I will buy the next console because I want to play those games. But it makes me so mad that they're locked behind below mediocre Nintendo because they don't know what the heck is going on anymore. And my last thing I'm going to talk about, because this video has gone on too long and I've been ranting and saying nothing but negative stuff, but hey, whatever, that's just how I feel. They talked about Mario Maker, which it looks like it's going to be fun. It's giving people exactly what they want. People want to play, they want to make their own levels. And I mean, a lot of people have made their own ROM hacks and they've done their own levels like Kaizo Mario and stuff like that. People have made those kind of games and made their own levels that way, which is pretty cool. And Mario Maker gives you the tools to use the different engines from the original Mario, Mario 3, Mario World, and the new Super Mario Bros. You can do all of those games and their physics and their style of gameplay and make levels in those. That's awesome. My complaint is Mario Maker is its own standalone game. Let's think about Little Big Planet. Little Big Planet has its own campaign that teaches you things and teaches you about creating levels, gives you ideas on what to do while you're playing through the levels. I don't see that happening for Nintendo. What I think is it's just going to be a big sandbox. They give you this, here's the tools, make levels. If you watched Chris's video, you saw me ask this question, but why could they not have put that mode in this game right here? New Super Mario Bros. U. You have the gamepad, you have all the same stuff that you could use, and it would really work well to make levels on. Why is it not an option to do on here? I don't see Mario Maker as its own standalone game. And it's stuff like that, opportunities like that, that Nintendo misses out. They miss out on this stuff. They don't understand the market. They don't understand video games anymore. They used to be on the top and now it's just like, they're a joke. Nobody respects them. And Nintendo, you can tell that their roots are in making toys because, well, that's basically all they're doing now. They're really pushing out these amiibos and making them a huge thing, and then they do nothing but market to kids. On their direct, they came out with Muppets. Why would you do that? And you're talking, this is E3, and you're talking to the most hardcore of the hardcore. This is your time to prove yourself. And every single time, they disappoint. I wish I had something positive to say, but I have nothing positive to say at all. Nintendo has let me down far too many times. And every single time, my expectation gets lower and lower and lower. And with my expectation lowering, so does my tolerance. Get it together. Old, washed up granddaddies of gaming, that's Nintendo.